Hi, beautiful shiny stars. Let me change the music because I'm not gonna flag my coffee time. All right, so welcome to Coffee Time with Daisy Rose. And it's so funny because I didn't even notice that that I started the live at 5:55. Is that crazy or not? My live literally says go live now is 5:55. It's like it was crazy to me. Okay, there we go. The commercials was like I stopped paying for my YouTube and lots of commercials. All right, so let me see if I put you. Okay, I think that's a little better. I like this one because last week's camera was very bad, and every time I would move the table, the whole thing would shake. It was just really bad. Okay, okay, so if you read the title, we're talking about activating our manifestations. And I'm working always with spirit, constantly working with spirit. I'm always co-creating. For those of you that are my Patreon, you know I'm always sharing magic. We got years of magic on my Patreon. If you go back, you could literally find rituals, sigils, pinned on the top. I have the quantum jump manifestation worksheet that literally takes you from wherever you are and takes you into the next. And that was, I think the last time I did that one was almost a year ago. I think it was actually live. It was like in March. This was in March, maybe January, February, March, something like that of this year. And it was a really rough time because my husband has health issues, and it was a time where we were first witnessing his health issues, and it was like a time where I became the main responsible person for all of my household. So, in situations and moments like that, you feel, and I am the lucky one because I have been working on my success and my abundance and my prosperity for a long time. But even then, when you're the sole provider, it's like, whoa, especially that I have kids that are always like, help me here. Can I get this? Can I get that? So it's like, I was talking to my uncle about this not so long ago. I was sharing with her because she has a similar situation. And when you are, sorry, I forgot to turn my hourglass. So when you're the sole provider, there's just a lot that comes with it, Um, and that was a time that was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Like, and then fear comes in, that fear energy comes in and takes over and self-sabotages. So like whatever we already co-creating, the rug was pulled from underneath us, and we're like, oh shish kebab, you fall to the floor and you're like hitting, and you're like, oh my gosh, thank God it was carpet. So the whole point is, how do you activate? How do you shift that? So of course, in my Patreon, that worksheet is available for all members that are on the paid tiers. I have changed my Patreon again. I made it starting, I think, at 333 or 555. So anyone could have access to my Patreon where I share so much. And then I just kept the really low budget tiers because I know right now everybody is going through massive changes and shifts in their lives, especially financial ones. I mean, I don't have to tell you, just turn on the news and see all the craziness happening. So I wanted to share with you all about activating your manifestations when you feel that things are not panning out, things are not working out. Sometimes there's shifts and changes that we need to make in order to jumpstart. And of course, I get a lot of people because everybody wants a shortcut. Everybody wants everything now. Everybody wants everything yesterday. Nobody wants to do the work. Nobody wants to have to wait, especially when we are in dire situations. I know because, like I said, way back when I was going through, I was like, how do I do this? How am I going to get out of this? How am I going to pay the bills? How's XYZ going to happen? So long story short, I was with that chaos, and then at the same time, situations at home being a caretaker, blah, 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 blah. So fast forwarding all that, I did that worksheet. I did everything that it said. I went out. I was, I did the ripping, I was movement energy. Sometimes you need to move energies, and that's what we're going to talk about today. So I suggest that you get yourself a handy dandy notebook with a pencil. If you have to pause it, if you're coming back for a replay. Again, I apologize. Usually my coffee times are on Wednesdays, but again, since my husband is not well, there's times that I just, it is, can't do anything about it. So I could not do the coffee time yesterday. So with that being said, and with no further ado, let's get to it. So the first thing you're going to want to do is get yourself an old broom, something that you are going to use to sweep. Okay. Now I have different brooms. I mean, I haven't even done my besom, which I should have done right after Labor Day, and I have not done that. So I have, what is a besom? A besom is like a witchy broom. I don't go too far. I usually buy the cinnamon ones that are available everywhere. And then I have some that I make. I buy the little ones and I make my own and I sell in my Etsy shop because those are energized. And I add lots of trinkets to it to empower this spiritual tool to cleanse and clear your home. Okay, so with that being said, you're going to need a broom that you could literally just use for that. Keep it outdoors. Now, mind you, I live in an apartment, so this is something that anyone and everyone can do. We're activating our manifestations, especially that we just went through a major harvest moon. We are in new moon energy, my friends. This is magic. real magic. You want to manifest, this is the accessible spiritual energy to do so. And I want to share this with you, and then of course I will share some messages from spirit just to see what October holds for us. October is very powerful month for us spiritual people. We absolutely love autumn, and I have just so much stuff going, and I will be sharing all that magic with you guys. So all I ask is that once you come into this video, your way to saying thank you for sharing all this magic with you is to give it a like, to give it a thumbs up. And if you could share it or Google Plus it or pin it, that is radiance. That is your way of helping me reach other people and share the magic. So you're going to get yourself a broom. And then you're going to go into your cabinet. You're not going to go crazy. If you don't have this and you have to go out to the supermarket and get it, okay. But you don't need anything crazy. But you do need sea salt or table salt. You need salt. And you need cinnamon. I prefer cinnamon powder, but you could use also the cinnamon sticks, which I use as well. And we are going to create some magic. Now, these are different ways that you do this. I actually have a floor wash ritual in my Etsy shop. If I remember, I will link it below. It's a printable for you to download, and it gives you the how-to directions of how to use that. Now, so what I did wasn't anything crazy. In the floor wash, I go into simmering and I get really hands in because the whole point is to add a lot of energy to empower, to clear those stagnant and rut energies that are causing chaos in your life and not allowing you to manifest. This is October that we are in right now. Today is the 3rd, is major manifestation energy, major manifestation energy. We are in harvest. We are in harvest. We are reaping everything that we have sowed. So we need to pay attention to what is going on around us. And sometimes things are trying to come into your life, but there's dark lala energies. There's, blocks and boulders and just stalemate that is not allowing these beautiful blessings to enter your life. So how do we get rid of that? I'm going to give you the answer and the solution. So you get yourself a broom, you get yourself some salt, you get yourself some cinnamon. Okay. And this is what you do. I'll go into the sink in in my kitchen, because the kitchen is your center of abundance. This is why you always need to have the kitchen as clean as possible, especially the kitchen floors and counters. Try to have less, not a lot of clutter in the kitchen. Like I have so much because I run a business from my apartment. So I have clutter everywhere because I run a business. People come in here sometimes, they'll see it as clutter. It's not clutter, it's my business. But my kitchen does not have clutter. There's no clutter in my kitchen. The floors are clean, everything is tidy. Me and my husband kind of like, I will do sometimes dishes and stack the plates and whatever, and he will grab them and put them all away. The point is always to have your kitchen, which is the center of abundance. Think about what happens in the kitchen. This is where you create the meals. This is where you spend time with your family and friends. It's a very social area of your house. Okay. And I know sometimes it happens in the living room, but mainly your kitchen is the social energy. So always keeping it clean. So what I'll do is I will fill one of the sinks, because I have double sinks. I will fill it up with water halfway, and I start to add the items in there to clean my kitchen. So we're going to deep spiritual cleanse, because we are activating our manifestations. Because Daisy, I've been setting intentions, and I get this. You guys email me all the time. You send me messages. Some of you even have my phone. I don't know what's going on. And I'm like, this is what you're going to do. So because like I said, there's a lot of things going on in my house. I have a lot of responsibility. I have a lot of stuff. So I'm constantly having to do things, taking it up to the next notch. So in order to do this, I need to clear the chaos. I need to clear the stagnant. I need to cleanse and clear my house. So I started with my kitchen. So halfway in your kitchen sink, put the little stopper, cold water. I know some people tell you hot. I like to use cold water. It was what my great grandma taught me. And I will even add ice cubes. Sorry, I think I froze. Sorry about that. So I will even add ice cubes, because you want to freshen everything up. So you're going to add the water, and then you're going to add salt. The coarser, the better. This week I had, because I have all kinds of salts, because hello, I'm a witch. I do a lot of spiritual work. So of course I'm going to have a lot of salt. But I couldn't find my coarse sea salt, and the Himalayan sea salt was available. So I use a lot of Himalayan sea salt, and it's a Himalayan sea salt that you kind of grind. So it was a lot of work. It was a lot of grinding. So as I'm adding the salt, I'm saying, I cleanse and clear my home. That this water cleanse and clear my home. Let this water purify my home. Let this water cast out any lower vibrations, any psychic attacks, any evil energies, anything and everything that is not in divine connection with my manifesting outcomes, with my love, with my joy, with my abundance. All lower vibrations, I cast them out, and I'm just adding this energy into the water as I add the sea salt, right? And then once that is there, that I see that the salt has kind of dissolved, I bring in the cinnamon. So then I add cinnamon. And like I said, I add cinnamon powder, I add cinnamon cloves. And if you are like freaky about not getting cinnamon on stuff, try, add just a little bit, add a pinch. I'm not. I am above and beyond. I will have cinnamon on my walls, and that is okay for me. So once I add the cinnamon, then I bring the energy to me. With this cinnamon, I activate my abundance. I activate my manifestation. I activate blessings and inspiration and optimism. And then my home is washed and cleansed and cleared and abundance and radiant. And I just start getting into this kind of like flow of positive words, uplifting words, everything that I want to see, joy, happiness. Think about if you're having a house where there's a lot of arguments or a lot of chaos or a lot of upset and anger. You want to clear that all out. So you want to clear that all out with the salt. So take your time with this. Do this when you have at least an hour, so you can really get into it. And then what I do is, once I did all that, I like to add the ice. I like to let the water sit there for a minute, and then I will take you could either do a sponge. I do both. I have a sponge. I usually get a really old sponge that I use for cleaning, because once I'm done with that sponge, I'm throwing it out. And a cloth. little washcloth, because you're going to clean your kitchen. You're going to clean the floors, you're going to clean everything, the counters, the cabinets, the walls around the kitchen. I go, you know how there's sometimes borders on the bottom, of the kitchen that even get dusty. I clean all that. And as I'm cleaning it, I'm purifying my house. I'm bringing in blessings, and I'm repeating these beautiful mantras. And I just simply say everything that I added, everything I intend and I desire. Let's first say that you need to pay a bill. You could say, oh, with this beautiful energy, this beautiful wash, with the elements of water and the elements of cinnamon and the elements of salts, I'm cleansed and clear, and my rent is paid in full. You just activate that energy. Remember, everything we see becomes a spell, becomes our story, has no other choice but to manifest. I'm going to share with you the issues why things become sabotage, which is why we're doing this. This is why we're doing this. Because, oh my God, Daisy, I've been praying and I've been hoping and I've been doing and I've been scripting, and this has not happened. I'm going to tell you why. If we have too much clutter, if we have too much stuck energy in our homes, we do not have entryways for the good stuff to come in. Okay? It's really hard for the good stuff to come in if there is chaos, negative people always spouting negativity. And then sometimes you can't do anything because you're living with this person. Or in my case, you got to take care of this person for a little while, anyways. So the whole point is you need to cut that tongue, that low vibration, that person from dispensing all this darkness. And how do you do that? By cleansing and clearing your home, by activating the good vibration and the good energy. I literally put sea salt circles around this individual that's in my house is so negative, because they don't know, because they're completely mentally gone. So they're not knowing what they're spouting and saying, but I can't allow that energy in my home. So how do I do it? With magic. So then once all this is done, then I cleanse my walls, I cleanse my fridge. Then you could do actual cleaning. You could actually do cleaning. You could clean your cabinets with whatever cleaning supplies you use to clean the cabinets. I like to mop my floor. Now, I will first sweep everything, make sure my floor is clean. Sometimes I'll even vacuum because I'm an old lady now, so it's hard to get into certain places with my broom, and bending over is out of out of the equation. So I will get my broom and handy dandy vacuum. I'll get rid of all the dust particles, anything, all the trash out of the house. Get the trash out of the house. Always, always, always try to discard the trash outside of the house. Do not have containers of trash inside of your house. That is very negative dark lala energy. So once I do all that and I mop to my floor with the cleaning supplies, I will use some of the water and I will sprinkle it on the floor, and I will mop that with the water. Okay? Now, once all that's done, I thank the waters. I thank the elements. I thank everything. If I called Archangel Michael, which I work with him all the time, if I called certain angels, if certain angels showed up, certain spirits showed up, my great grandmother showed up, I thank everyone. And then I allow the drain to take that water down, and I send it blessings, and I send it gratitude, and I send it love, because everything is about gratitude. It's about that exchange. Then I get my handy dandy pail or bucket, because now we're going to cleanse outside. Now we're going to take this cleansing outside of our homes. And the most potent and the most powerful entryway of your house is your front door. Now, yeah, like me, if you're in an apartment, it's really hard for you to be like telling the office, hey, guess what, guys? The floors outside look like ass. Can you wash them? Can you clean them? Where I'm at, they've been promising to clean the floors for a good 6 months now, and they haven't. The gentleman that did clean the floors retired. So, with that being said, I only have a little while longer, so if you want to lay down, go ahead. So, with that being said, he retired, and I have to do it myself. If not, it's my husband has to do it. So, what you want to do is get yourself. Just get a little broom and go outside and sweep it all. Get rid of the dust, get rid of the cobwebs, especially like the house number, which is literally, where you live. All that needs to be cleansed and cleared, right? So what I do is that I get my mop, and the same thing I did for the inside, the same thing I did for the kitchen, I will do the same thing for outdoors, but I will take it up a notch. I will then use bay leaves, and I will write on the bay leaves what I intend and desire. If it's abundance, if it's money, if it's health, if it's well-being, if it's joy, if it's happiness, whatever it is that I intend and desire, I will add it on the bay leaf. So if you want, let's say you want joy, use one bay leaf for joy. If you want abundance, one bay leaf for abundance. You just spread that energy out and write it on your bay leaves. You're going to add the bay leaves last to your bucket. Salt first, the same thing you did in the kitchen. Cinnamon, same thing you did in the kitchen. And last, you add your bay leaves. And then you're going to take your handy dandy little washcloth and your broom, and you're going to go outside, and you're going to start with the door. I usually start with the door inside and cleanse all the door inside, which is hard sometimes because I'm a bit short. So you might need to get a little stepper to get up there. And all the areas of the crevices of my door. And as I'm doing this, I'm blessing it, cleansing and clearing my door. May my home be clear of any clutter, of any blocks, of any boulders. So the flow of abundance, the flow of prosperity, the love, the joy, the health, the wealth, all enters easily and effortlessly. And I'm cleansing and cleansing and cleansing. And then I go outside and I do the same thing. Now I take it up a notch, because guess what, my friends? I have neighbors. So not only am I blessing me, I'm blessing my neighbors. Because as I'm cleansing and clearing, as I cleanse and cleared my outside, which I do the same thing, I make sure that all the cobwebs are out, everything, cleaning, cleaning the numbers. Then I'll take that bucket and I'll throw it, move your little rug outside, and I'll take that bucket and I put the water all over the floor, and then I am cleansing. I'm grabbing the broom and I'm clearing out energies, and I'm washing, and any dirt or any dust, anything that I see outside, I'm clearing it out. And I'm thank you, Lord, thank you, my angels, that my home is washed, that my home is blessed, that my home is inspirational. Thank you that my home is an entry of love, of joy, of blessings, of bliss, of abundance, of prosperity. Thank you that my doors are open to align and synchronize with the blessings that need to enter, with the blessings that I am expecting, the blessings that are going to now easily and effortlessly move into my home. And I am super duper grateful. And then I'll call Archangel Michael and I'll say, Archangel Michael, keep my home protected and shielded from any low vibrations from re-entering. Do not allow any low vibrations inside my home. My home is a home of divine light. My home is a home of God, of joy, of bliss, of happiness. So not only did I clear my home, but now I protect it. And sometimes I'll go above and beyond, and I'll see Archangel Michael's cobalt blue energy in front of my home, putting this beautiful aura over my door, so only positive vibrations can enter, so only abundance can enter. And that is so powerful, my friends. So powerful. And that is how you activate your blessings and how you shift. This is like a major shift, a major movement. And I guarantee that once you do this, right after this, you're going to notice a difference. You're going to feel it. You're going to feel it right away. And what happens to me is always crazy, because if it's abundance or if it's happiness, I notice it because, like I said, I have certain people in my house. So I'll notice in how they feel and how they act and the way they speak. I notice all these energies happening inside of my home. Do this. This will shift your energy and vibration inside of your home. And then, of course, I go above and beyond. I'll do major, like when I do the floor wash that I talk about from my Etsy shop, I will do this in every room in my house. I go to all the doors in all the rooms. I can't reach the windows outdoors because I'm in an apartment, but you could definitely have windows right there. You could clean them inside, you know, because these are all, I know that you see it as a window. I know you see it as a door, but just like you enter, just like air could come in through a window, so can low vibrational energies, but so can positivity. So think about it. If your entries are blocked spiritually, it's really hard for that positive energy to come in. So you want to keep it radiant. You want to keep it positive. You want to keep it blessed. Whew, that was beautiful. I wanted to keep this a little with you this because I feel like this new moon energy is opening up a lot for us all. So take this new moon energy. It started last night. Actually, it started the night before last night because I started working. Actually, I started working on the 29th. Spirit told me on the 29th to start doing major stuff. But Spirit told me it's going to continue on to the 10th and 11th. Very powerful timeline. So the moon is going to go through these like different shifts and phases. New moon, then it's going to go into the crescent, then it's going to go halfway. So it's got a lot of shifts and changes that are bringing and aligning, bring that manifestations in. So take advantage of the spiritual remedies and do them as soon as you possibly can. Now, I want to see just a little glimpse of what Spirit wants to share with us. And then my drop for the magical goodies, I have the blue moon candles blessed with the harvest harvest oil, blue moon oil from All Hallows Eve from 2020, which was a very rare blue moon. Then I also added blue moon oil from August 31st. I think it was of 2023. Also very, very rare events that happen like every 70 years. So the energies in the candles that I make are crazy. Because we're going to go into Samhain, which is October 31st, but it doesn't just happen there. We have from the 30th till the 2nd was what Spirit shared with me. This is major magic because the veil is very thin for you to sit with Spirit to get the answers that you seek. This is a great time to get readings. This is a great time to start planning 2025. I always say that I start working my intentions and my desires during the autumn months because that's when we are activating what's next, when we are co-creating our next chapter. So major changes you are going to start realizing by this December 2024. So this is a time for you to take hold of what you intend or what you desire because Spirit has a lot of work with you, my friends. Look at this. You can't make this stuff up. I love this. All right. First card we got. Look at, oh my God, I just got chills. Whew. The Hermit. You can't make this stuff up. What are we talking about? Spirituality, working on our stuff, doing the things that we want, activating, manifesting, this year, I always, and I repeat it over and over, is a year of self. This is the year that you are connecting with your divinity. This is the year that you are achieving great success in all areas of your life, in your relationships, in your love, in your health. But it is your next decade. It is your next 7 years. And I know the decade is 10, but in human life, we are 7 years. That's how it works for us. So the Hermit is telling you that you need to go within, that you need to find what it is you truly intend and desire, that you need to be very honest with yourself. Because a lot of the times we tell ourselves, because we're living through other people. We're listening to our spouses, we're listening to our siblings, we're listening to our parents or friends or social media, what they tell us that is right, what they tell us is best for us. But in Hermit mood, when you are connecting with Divine Hermit, which I'm seeing Archangel Metatron as your guide through this, he's saying to write. Get a journal, get a paper, get a notebook, get loose leaf. Sit down and write what it is that you intend, what changes you want to make. Sit down and write the things that no longer fit your life. And sometimes it's going to be hard because things are going to come up that you're like, oh, but this is a person, or oh, this is something I truly loved, and oh, but this person needs me, or I don't want to get rid of that old t-shirt. So whatever it is that comes through, just be open to it. I'm not telling you to throw away that favorite t-shirt. I'm just saying be aware of it. See why you feel or why it's coming up that you need to clear certain things or embrace new ones. This could be a move. This could be a new career. This could be a new relationship. This could be you starting your family. There's a lot of newness. And this is why I feel Spirit shared with me to share with you this activating spiritual movement. This is alchemy that we are doing during this new moon energy. By you doing this wash, by you blessing your home, no matter where it is, you are activating your blessings. Now, the King of Pentacles is a man of success. He is a man that's that divine masculine energy, that ambitious energy that also is in a very positive state. He's very happy. He's very go with the flow. And he's saying, everything just comes to me. So this is that energy, my friends. The energy of things showing up. The energy of your life. If you activate your manifestations, if you do the things that you intend and you desire, you become the King of Pentacles and things just flow to you. You tap into that divine masculine energy of, I got this. I'm strong enough. I'm courageous enough. I got this. Everything just flows to me. And then by his side, he has the energy of the wolf, which, what is the wolf? The wolf is very intuitive. The wolf could hunt in the day. He could hunt at night. The wolf knows where to go. He travels in a pack. So this is the energy of community. This is your calling to associate yourselves with like-minded friends. Start one of the things that my daughter just started and she's loving it is a little book club. She's something that she's been wanting to do for a long time, and she's able to do this now. And it started when one person and then somebody else joined, and it's just going to grow. And it's just friends. It's not even something that was thought out or planned. It just kind of happened. So it's really, really good that you find your tribe, that you find your like-minded friends, your community, that pack, so you guys can help each other out, even if it's through books, because you're sharing, you're enjoying, you're laughing, you're crying, you're just really in that beautiful atmosphere. And right now, from what I'm seeing, we need to come together. And the last card, death and rebirth. This is new beginnings, which is what I've been saying. December, you are going to see a lot of shifts, a lot of new beginnings, a lot of changes in your life. So I will have the drop available through my Patreon. You'll probably see it tonight. What that means is that you will be the first ones available to purchase the new spiritual items, the new spiritual tools, and you're going to get the links to them, so you don't have to even hunt for them. Once I do that, to give you full advantage to purchase the things you want to purchase, plus only Patreons get a discount. Only Patreons get a discount on my drop, because everybody else gets regular price. But my Patreons get a discount. So all you have to do is go over to Patreon, because I have even a free tier. So there's no excuses not to be part of Patreon. On calls, I have one more opening for on calls. One more opening, and that is also available on my Etsy. If you want information on becoming my on-call client, simply email me at lovegoddessdaisy@yahoo.com, because once that one is filled, that'll be it until 2025, and sometimes we never know what's going to happen. The time is up. I thank you guys for watching and for supporting. Don't forget to give a like, because believe it or not, giving likes and sharing helps me guide others into their own spiritual awareness and their own bliss and their own magic. I thank you for being here, for being part of my magic, for your support and your love. Namaste.